Yeah, that would be ideal, mate. And we know, listen, every game's going to be a hard game. Peterhead came here and they made it really hard for us. You know, it was important that we got the first goal, so then teams might want to come out a little bit more against us, you know, and the game opens up a little bit more. But no, when I watched the game back, the last sort of 20 minutes, it got a wee bit sort of laboured type thing, as where we need to sort of keep the tempo up sort of thing. But I thought we've controlled most of the game, if I'm being honest with you. They've had wee spells in the transition, trying to go forward and that sort of things, you know. So now we were just delighted to get the win, mate. We knew it was important to try and get off to a good start at home, you know. So no, we were over the moon with the win, mate, if I'm being honest.
What do you think of Stenhousemuir? He said it was a team that we obviously struggled against it last season, but it's a team that hadn't many changes. I don't think Gary's brought too many different boys in for this year, so I'm sure you probably know what to expect. Yeah,
he's not made too many changes. He's taken in the boy Carrick, who'll be a good addition to them. You know, he can score goals. He's a good player. You know, and listen, Gary's he's a good manager. He's got some good players there, and he's always got them well organised, and they're always a threat going forward as well. So listen, they had a fantastic year last year, from especially coming up, a bit like what Peterhead have done this year. So yeah, we know we're going to be in for a really hard game. We've watched a few of their games already, and they're a good side, so we know we're going to be in for a hard game, and we know we're going to have to be at our best, mate.
Scott, if we could just look back to the sort of dynamic there was with the crowd, big crowd last Saturday, and usually you got 2 consecutive home games. Is there a possibility of building on that quickly?
Yeah, I hope so, Charlie. I really do, because the fans have been excellent, you know, and I've said that from day one, from the first game down at Dumbarton. You know, they got behind us in their numbers when we lost that day, and from that moment on, they've just got better and better. They've got behind the boys. They've been really good, and that said it last week when there was over 2,000 here. So hopefully we can build on that, and we can get more. Hopefully they're liking what we're trying to do in terms of on the pitch. They're liking what they see. They can see that they're wanting to go and win games. They want to try and play attractive football, and we want to get them on the edge of their seat. But then even midweek through in Elgin, you know, some travelling support they've taken through there as well. So no, listen, we can't ask for much more than what they're giving. They've jumped right on top of it. They're getting right behind the boys, and I can only keep thanking them enough for it, because the support they've shown, myself, the staff, the players, everybody at the club, and that has been great. So it's important we keep that togetherness that I've tried to build, you know, and they've played a massive part in that. So no, we've been really thankful for that.
How much scope is there for you to continue to improve the side as the season unfolds? There's plenty of it left.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. You know, I mean, we're only a few games in. I felt we got our pre-season right, you know, in terms of what we were trying to do, and I was really pleased with that. You should never really be pleased from losing games of football, but I think with the big pre-season games, we learned a lot from them, you know, and it's 1 or 2 games, the Partick game away, that will always sort of be in the back of my head in terms of how we've played so well first half, but then for that 10 minutes we switched off. So it just gave the boys that back down to earth. This is what we need to do in these sort of scenarios, and so we learned a lot from that game. But no, listen, I hope we get stronger. I hope we get better as we go on every week, Charlie. I really do, you know, because we've got a good side there, good squad. They work ever so hard every single day, and I think we've got some good quality in there, so hopefully we can, mate. I really do.
Just a couple of fitness checks. Adam McKinnon, was great to see him come off the bench the other day, but also to kind of check on Jake Davidson. How far away is he?
Yeah, he's back on the training ground. He's got the boots back on, but he's still a good bit away. You know, he's still a good bit off yet, but it's just great to see him out there with the boys, getting involved. You know, that's down to obviously props the physio. He's got them out, he's got them involved, and it gives them that little bit more hope, you know, in terms of maybe not being tucked away and away from it. So they're in and around about, they're on the training ground with us, and it's been great. And he's got a massive lift from it himself, because he's seen where he's getting, you know, but it's going to be slow steps for him, and he's still a good bit to go yet. Adam McKinnon, brilliant. It was great to see, because it's been such a hard time for him as well. So it was good for him to get on the 10-15 minutes, although he was breathing heavy, you know. So again, he's one that we'll need to build up, take our time with, you know, but once he's back, it's another really good player in the squad. So no, we're delighted with the way he's going as well.